Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Schoolstone, your special match show. I am Lotus Knight. I'm one of your hosts for the show, and I am joined today by Dr. Fish. Fish, how are you?
I'm very, very, very excited for this first match. I'm doing well. I'm
Yeah?
having a nice early Sunday afternoon so far.
Yeah? I'm glad to hear that because we have a bomb of a match today. We're ending Legacy now. It's
Yeah.
it's time. And we're ending it with a banger of a match. We have Dardar Binks for Foolish Madman, who went 7-2 in a Masters Tour, versus Ribobson for F2L Red, who's been a THL mainstay for a very long time with just amazing results overall. I'm very excited for this.
Oh yeah.
Um, let's talk a little bit about classes. Just as a reminder, this is legacy format, so it's going to be best of 5 with one ban, and it's closed deck lists. So we
hmm
aren't going to see what they're bringing, but we know that Dardar's bringing the Paladin, Rogue, Warlock, Warrior versus Ribobson's Mage, Paladin, Priest, and Warrior. So tell me a little bit about what you're thinking here, Fish.
So, um, we've seen these exact same lineups in a match in this series already with Myanodon bringing the exact same lineup as Robobson and always just in time bringing the same lineup as Dardar Banks. So and we saw and that match ended up with Myanodon taking a 3-1 win. Now obviously these are different players. Um
Mm-hmm.
and I think that the ban Myanodon banned Rogue, and I actually think similarly, I think Robobson will also ban Dardar's Rogue.
Mm-hmm.
Um having like you don't really care all too much about paladin and warlock, and maybe Robobson wants to get rid of the warrior and perhaps instead, but either way I think that it's just gonna be interesting to see what Dardar bans, um because
Yeah.
we because there's a couple ways you could go with the ban.
I'm
um
wondering what is that Warlock? If
yeah, it
Darter
could be.
ever goes Gala or with a Ticketus build,
Yeah.
just to basically say, yeah, you brought Priest, you're not beating Ticketus.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Galakron Warlock lines up great into Paladin and Priest very a lot of the time.
Yes.
Um, and in the war, and then the decks that tend to give that the Galalock trouble would be Warrior decks.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
so we
you.
could see a potential Warrior ban. Maybe if he doesn't want to deal with a cheese Paladin potential bring from Rabobson, then we just go with then we just go for a Paladin ban like we saw Justin do.
Hmm.
But was I don't
We
believe we
do.
have bans from either. Oh, do you have the
We do.
bans?
I do have the bans
Okay,
now.
cool.
So Rabobson banned the Rogue,
Okay,
as you
yeah,
said. So we're not going to see Dardar's Rogue today.
yeah. Rogue just lines up well into the entire lineup.
Yeah, I think World Kick was in a pretty prime spot against everything.
hmm
And for Dardar bans Robobson's Paladin, which is
Okay,
an
so we're gonna
interesting
see.
choice.
Yeah, so he just does. They just don't want to deal with even with the 5 mana Allure. That can still be pretty nuts. So they
But
just want to remove it.
it could
Um,
also be what's the name? Libram Paladin.
yeah, Broom Paladin for sure. Broom
Yeah.
Paladin has some good matchups, but I still think that a lot of the decks that Dardar has brought could be fine into the Broom Paladin.
Yeah, I kind of expected the Paladin to not be banned here. It's just
Yeah.
it doesn't feel that unlosable to
Mhm.
me. The Rogue
Yeah.
is a good ban. I'm still surprised Rebob didn't bring Rogue because Rogue is kind of the best class in the meta for many people.
Yeah.
Um,
But we have our players have brought their they have brought their decks. They have come with their bands, and we are getting
yeah,
close to the time to start this final match of Legacy Series. This is the fifth game It is currently 11-10 in the favor of Foolish Madmen. However, that does not matter.
Not at all.
Whichever player wins this match takes it home. There
Yeah.
is which like if Robobson can win 3-2 and they still take the series clean, and if Foolish Madmen obviously win, then
Yeah.
um they also take like there's no chance of a tie.
No. This is
So
just
that is great.
yeah. I'm excited. I think
Yeah.
anything can happen here, and
Hmm.
that's all we all want. We always want things to go to a fifth match for stream
Yeah.
purposes. I in my name and in Saku's name, I want to thank everyone who makes their match go to number 5 in a final, because
Yeah.
we really enjoy this.
Yeah. Love casting these matches, and obviously for the ops, they also love doing what they do. Um and in this legacy playoffs, the Twitch chat has been popping off, and it's just been great to see all the support that THL has been getting
Yeah,
um throughout, not even just for legacy matches but for other matches as well. um so I don't know if both players are probably just about ready
yeah.
and raring to go.
I've given them the go signal,
I
so they should be
Okay,
queuing in at any moment now.
sure. I
Um,
think I need to re-add. I thought I had Dardar added. I guess I have to re-add him. I will go ahead and do that
sure.
um
Uh,
while we load up.
sure. Here are some interesting thoughts. I always like to bring the question of what do we expect them to queue first? And in this sort of a match, a lot of times you want to start with your comfort deck because you're probably tense. You know this is the last match of the season. Starting with whatever deck you're most comfortable with gives you a
Hmm.
lot of confidence going forward, especially if you can win.
Okay, cool. I have everybody. All right.
Um,
All right. I have eyeballs for Dardar.
yep, I'm queuing right now. Okay, so we are going to see the Zoo versus the Res Priest.
Oh yeah, Priest seems to be a deck that F2L really keyed in on. This Priest seems to be a class they really keyed in on, and this isn't the first Priest we've seen in this series. I
Mm-hmm.
So we see the Dark Glare, we see the Zoo coming out of Dardar, like you mentioned, and the Res Priest. Um, so I believe we'll probably see one. No Dark Glare's kept on the side of Dardar Biggs. He's gonna Okay, so he was looking probably more for this type of start with a faster start.
Right.
Ooh, Res Priest with Cthulhu.
That's interesting. I don't think I've seen that combination before.
Yeah, I have not played Res Priest since its resurgence.
Yeah, neither have I.
So deciding whether or not to go with the Flame Imp, ops
Yeah.
play it.
I
I
mean,
mean,
is it?
there was a chance you held it to play with Canrathod next turn. That would be the only thing.
You can get one more attack. Priest has one card, Holy Smite. That's good to deal with this,
Yes,
but not really much more.
we see a palm reading go into the hand of Rabobson. He has a
Yeah.
pretty nice. He's maybe
Ooh,
not perhaps the best start. Ooh, wow, what a
there's the best
what
start
a
though. Dardar
what a nice
has
what a nice start
that.
for Dardar. He gets to play. He can if he opts to, he can play Expired Merchant and will discard a hand of Goldon instead of
Yes.
discarding a Minari Mosher.
Right. Getting 3 cards into your hand as well is so good at this point.
Exactly, yeah. And Priest doesn't have a whole unless Priest has the Holy Smite this or gets like a Breath of the Infinite. There isn't a whole lot of early game. Uh, there isn't a whole lot of early game removal until I guess next turn you can go for a potential the coin out the Holy Nova, but we're gonna see a coin palm reading with two palm readings in hand. This is just really nice for
Yeah.
Rabobson. Can opt to go for. I would guess he's gonna pick Gift of Luminance here because it's gonna help out later with like Kartut and stuff, just to be able to
Right.
wall, just to make a wall against this deck, against this Warlock, because
I think
we
so.
now see it's because he obviously knows it's Zulok.
Yeah.
And it's just it now the initiative is on Dardar to close this match out as fast as possible, and it has the tools, has all the tools to do it.
Yeah, he has such a hot start. He can go here with a Mosher, heal, which is pretty good for his giant, and just
Yeah.
keep pushing face.
hmm In that four attack, in that four health, Mazur uh, creates a situation where clearing doesn't clear, where Holy Nova doesn't clear.
Well,
Um,
but Holy
you
Nova
wouldn't you
removes
wouldn't really
5
want you
attack.
wouldn't want to really do you wouldn't want to do it anyways because I mean I guess you Holy Nova and you say okay you can have two, you can have your two Hand of Goldons.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're very likely to just see a Nightshade Matron here.
yeah. The
Yeah,
alternative would be to go with the Taranthad, Spirit Jailer, and go crazy there.
yeah,
Um, but even as Warlock, you don't really care about burning cards. It's completely
no,
fine.
yeah,
And you're not even burning right now, so I think you're okay
Mm-mm.
here.
Yeah, can definitely just end the turn and be okay.
Yeah. Dardar is a slow player, as you can see, so I expect him to
Yeah,
just take this time to map out his opponent's place, think about what he's likely to see next turn,
yep. We
and
can see Corrupting of Insight
yeah,
and so okay, yeah. There's a Ruin, a Radiance, and a Renew. All are decent picks.
yeah.
Um,
Renew can be really strong just discovering a spell.
yeah.
And there's the insight for 0. I'm getting a
Two
Bone Wraith, which is a
two
really
mana Bone
good
Wraith.
card.
Yep. You take the breath. I like that. Snap picked it.
Yeah.
Double renew.
Probably
Palm
another
reading that.
palm.
Yeah.
This is a really hot start. You can see Ribob got a lot of the tools he's looking to get. He can even go Bone Wraith into Grave Rune next turn and say,
hmm
"Can you ever get through this?"
Yeah. I might save the Grave Ruin for the Kartut, but I mean, if it's like the way that this is playing out, it's gonna be necessary just to get this just to get it out because Dardar has drawn through a lot of his deck. There is like Robopson has 24 cards and Dardar has 13.
Yeah,
So there's a big disparity in the amount of deck that has been gotten through. Now there's healing. There's four
Soul Fragments.
soul fragments in deck, and 17 cards. So eventually the soul fragments are going to get drawn more often than not.
Yeah,
It'll take a little bit, but it'll take a while. It might not even happen this game based on the pace, but there's so much damage on the board that I think you have to go for this Bone Wraith play just to survive.
you can also gift a Luminance, which basically is.
Yeah.
Can Zoo ever get through that? Probably, but we're going to have to see.
I mean they both I mean that's just gonna be a lot of Bone Wraiths once one goes. That was a really, really nice that's a kind of a decent thing for Rabobson that one frag has already been drawn
Yes.
um without healing.
Well, I
Um
think Robobson is more of can he stabilize? Once he
yeah.
stabilizes, if he can get the revive everyone card, I forget the names.
Mhm.
He's
Yeah, I mean, if
fine.
he can, once he gets mass resurrection, that'll be pretty good.
Right.
And now we're gonna see Dark Glare Tour Guide. It's gonna be a lot of mana cycling, and if giants get drawn soon,
Yeah.
it'll be quite tough. We are coming up on a Kartut Defender turn, which will provide a taunt that will heal.
Well, I wonder if you just go breath here instead. But breath would it would hurt your own guys. You don't want to hurt your own Kartuts
Yeah.
that much if possible, or
Well,
your own bone wraiths.
we're not gonna have the mana for that. We're not gonna have the mana for the Kartut now. Do the Revenant Rascal.
Right. Do you ever just throw in the Wicked Whispers?
Um, Potentially depends on how much you value the raised dead at this point. But I don't
Yeah.
think you need to value it that large. I think I maybe could have. I mean, unless the time on the clock was just winding down too much. Okay,
Yeah.
so there is a mass resurrection. But a mass res rally and Shadowward Ruin. You can't play the ruin this turn though. You only have 2 mana after this. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Um, so we're gonna probably be looking at a might I guess just be looking at a trading and making a Breath of the Infinite
Yeah, I think you're going to have to
play.
go that route if you're Rebob.
Yeah. So I guess you have to. I guess you are gonna end up having to leave up. You're gonna take the ruin for later.
For
You're gonna
yeah.
have to trade down with the probably gonna have to trade off with okay, we're gonna opt to leave up a 8 attack, and they will both die if when they attack in because they are 1 health.
Going for that raised dead.
Hmm.
Let's see what he gets. There's a Caranthad. Just
Yeah,
getting Caranthad Prime could be a win
second,
condition.
second, second Canrathad, another a third Canrathad now, that can be potentially played this game. These demons are going to cost not a lot of mana at all at this point.
Yeah.
Um, it's the question is still going to remain if this deck can completely break through now. It can sustain, but this priest also can also be able to sustain through Kartut defenders. However, most of this res pool is getting very polluted with bone wraiths, which isn't
Yeah.
necessarily terrible, but
No,
I
but
don't know if it's more ideal than obviously flooding it with Kartuts that will heal for 3 every time. And because this, unlike Wild, where a deck like this would have Eternal Servitude, this deck does not have Tutor Resurrection.
yeah. I'm still wondering whether you just want to play the Whispers just to throw it out.
I'm
Considering the second Caranthad.
gonna go with it,
Yeah.
and I mean this is a big board. The Plague of
Yeah.
Death there is really nice. It can wipe any massive board out eventually. Um,
Yeah, but it is quite slow right now.
oh sure, it is very slow now, but we're seeing that um the Zulok's hand it's doesn't have any. It has 1 minion, and it has Wicked Whispers.
Yeah.
I so it is if you, as long as that dark glare gets removed, both raised are gone. There's no more dark glares, so there's no more mana regeneration and being able to keep things flowing.
I
We'll
guess
see.
I'm not sure how much you care about it at this point. I think you just want cards like Caranthad Prime later. Broom would have been a really
Oh
good
yeah,
pickup. I don't
but
know.
more considering just like removing the dark glare from Rabobson's side,
Sure,
I think
sure.
that's a better play. So we're gonna see the heal of the 2/1 and gonna remove the dark glare. Yeah, it stops Zoo from being able to do extra crazy things with giant generation, and the giants do cost 0 now.
Right.
But tapping won't regenerate mana, so he'll have to. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, this is still very okay here
Yeah.
for the warlock. Is he's gonna opt to go for the Wicked Whispers here, remove a lot of minions. He'll be able to push some face damage here. It looks like
Um,
potentially. No, I don't think
if he
there's enough
uses the
attack.
Soulfire, yes.
Yes.
So he can use the Soulfire tap and try to see what he gets from the
Now
tap.
and now they'll be able to push. Wow, Canrathad Prime. That's a big pickup. Gonna be able to push 5 to face with the 5/4 Flame
Yeah.
Imp. Maw of Cthulhu drawn. That's a bit slow.
So you could go
Um,
body and Shadow Word Ruin. That
yeah,
removes two 5/4s. It's not bad per se.
I actually don't mind that play at all. It's obviously we'll see what Rabobson plays, but I like that line because it puts another taunt in the way, and it just
Sure.
removes the two biggest threats.
Yeah, the Karen's Head Prime can get the 5/5s, which is certainly a lot. 5/5 Rush
Yeah,
is really
there's been a
good.
lot of, but there's the Demon's Pool is pretty polluted with with
Yes.
what has died. So at least it's not guaranteed to give. At least looking at it from Roboption's side, it's not guaranteed to give a Nightshade Matron.
Right.
If a matron is drawn, that is extremely like if one or two matrons are picked up, that's extremely good.
Yes.
Um, but
There
we're
are
also
other good.
staring at 20 damage. Like we're staring at 20 damage right now coming from
Yeah.
the side of from that side. So we need to see
You need to do
some.
something.
We need to see removal. I think he's going to go for the play you mentioned. Took a lot of time to consider. Ends up removing all that and placing the 6/6 taunt in the way.
Yeah. I think we just see a Slam Prime here. And
I agree. I think you just prime. This warlock it's in such an ideal spot. Um
yeah.
the only thing is maybe you want to attack first
Oh yeah,
so
you
your
hit
board
with
will
one
go
of the
full.
2/2. Um
Yes. No matrons.
no matrons, but you
That's
still have a lot.
yeah, so I'm guessing I think you want to keep that 4/5 alive. I wouldn't mind trading in the 2/4 and the 2/2. But Dardar is gonna opt to trade, gonna take that 4/5 into the 6/4, keep the taunt
Yeah.
on the board, and just gonna push damage that you have to remove this 2/4 or you're going to die.
Yeah.
Um
Not
we
too many
have
options for Rebop. That's the big issue with
yeah,
Res Priest. You can slam card to it, but it's not even that much right now.
no. With the lack of drawing second breath of the infinite, because Breath of the
Right.
Infinite would be so nice here. You'd be able to remove so much of the board.
Yeah.
It would still not be all that. It might still be you still might obviously fall short after it. Um, the main issue is that there's just so much damage on board
That's true.
from these little minions that you have to go for the car tut to essentially survive.
Yeah.
And
And
I'm not even sure with the Wicked Whispers if he survives. He's
for
calculating attacks to see.
yeah.
I don't think there's a way to win, but
No. I don't see it.
um, definitely can use the Wicked Whispers here and make trading a bit easier.
Well, yeah. You just trade
Yeah,
with a Flame Imp and go face with the rest and hope it's enough damage, which I believe it is.
it is. Yeah, the that was right. The Wicked Whispers actually put him over the top.
Yeah, that
Yeah, because the
was
Wicked
enough.
Whispers allowed for the trades to be a lot more ideal than they were before.
Right.
So that goes 1-0 to Dardar Banks as his Warlock gets through against the Priest. Um,
Yeah, strong showing against the Res Priest.
yeah,
Quite a hot game one, but Warlock, especially the Rascal, was such a good card into slow decks.
That rascal really made a difference. Like,
Yeah, it kind
mhm,
of pulled its own real easily. It was just making sure Priest doesn't have the mana it really wants to get to the turns where it does its stuff. And Res Priest
yeah,
has a disadvantage to most other priests that it's even slower. Like a lot of the
yeah,
times you're going to do your good stuff. There was a bit of insanity turn 5, I'm not going to lie, but you most of the times are going to do your crazy stuff a little bit later.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean the start from the Warlock was so fast that
Yes.
Res Priest just can't keep up with that.
Yeah.
Um,
And even
uh,
with the insane moment, but we're going now
yeah,
into a warrior mirror.
Warrior Mirror, and it looks like Deathwing in the deck, Quartermaster, Cutting Class. what this looks like. We see the ETC and the Penflinger and the Broom from Robobson. That's three combo pieces in the hand, but you don't want those right now.
Yeah. I
Um,
do want to thank Super Fake HS for following.
yes, thank you for the follow. Very
Um,
appreciated.
so I wonder here. So throwing out the ETC, Robobson seems to have just standard ETC Warrior.
Yeah, it's probably a control version of it.
Yeah, and there's
Um,
just no way to know what Dardar brought so far.
yeah, we'll see. Maybe the mulligan will give us a better. Maybe this mulligan will give us a better idea of what's in the deck. The Deathwing makes me not think that it's not control, or that it's not that it was not ETC. But we do see Blastmaster Boom, so we do
Yes.
know it is a bomb warrior from Darter Banks.
Yeah.
Hmm.
With a Paladin ban, Bomb Warrior makes a lot of sense. It has good game
It
into
does.
all mages.
Hmm.
Res Priest is a mediocre matchup, but other than that,
Yeah, Res Priest is good into Res Priest is fine into Bomb Warrior.
yeah, you
It
just
usually
put
it
taunts.
usually it usually out heals the bombs.
Yeah. Arteta is a
Um,
really good card there, and also you
yeah.
can't keep going face. Bomb Warrior is a face deck,
Hmm.
and you just
Yeah.
want that weapon to connect face 30 times and win.
Yeah. So Corsair Cash very likely to play here.
Yeah,
Um,
just a really good start for Bomb Warrior
mhm.
whenever they have cash into Wrench.
Yeah, I can. The Robobson also doesn't have a bad start himself.
No,
Where he can probably just coin out where he'll be able to just coin out the he'll
the
go out he'll
Ankar.
go for the rank he'll go for the Ankar now. Well, before the Ankar, I was gonna say for the Sword Eater, but the
Right.
Ankar got drawn, so you go for the Ankar here, and you
Yeah.
can even cut in class next turn.
Now,
Skipper goes into hand.
if I'm not mistaken, it does depend on text, but I think the Bomb Warrior is actually favored in C, unless, well, if you roll Silas, it's definitely you can just armor, 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 and not care about the OTK. And
Sure.
you make sure by running Owl or something, you make sure the Rattle Gore doesn't actually matter.
Yeah, I mean, if the Bomb Warrior just gets going faster than the um than the ETC can draw their combo, um,
Yeah.
the Bomb Warrior should just win because bombs will just keep chunking out the will chunk out the armor.
Yeah.
Um, both weapons in hand right now is pretty good. Um, we're
Yeah.
looking we're looking. Ooh, we do have a disconnect from one of the players, so we'll wait for them to come back.
Mhm.
But as it stands, I think the double cutting class of Robobson's hands is very, very nice for the early game, especially because of like the Sword Eater and now the Ankar obviously pick up last turn. Um,
Mhm.
so there is a world in which we see cutting class cutting class in a swing, and then just Sword Eater on 4. Meanwhile, the Bomb Warrior has both wrenches and has Doctor Boom for 7.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
this
right
game
now,
out. Now, obviously, it doesn't tell us which player disconnected. So but after
yeah,
this, we'll get them re-readied.
quick break into the middle of this after
Of
this mirror
course.
match.
Yeah.
I'm not going to miss Risky Skipper though, much as I
Nope.
think card's really good, but Warrior's going to be a better class without it, or at least
I
more
don't know if
fun to
I don't
face.
know if it'll be a I don't know if it'll be a better class, but
To face,
it'll just be different.
sure.
Like the way that warrior will be played is going to be so much different,
Yes.
which is quite fat, which is quite nice to think about
Yeah.
because we've all been so used to these warrior decks that just wait, why is
Mhm.
he going to play the way he's not going to play the tutored one?
No, he's going to play the smaller one. A, in case of weapon removal, and B, to be able to play Horde Pillager next turn, because he doesn't really have a great play next turn.
Oh,
And he
okay. I mean,
expects Sword Eater.
it's just interesting that he gives away the information that he got both French calibers in his hand.
I don't think you care
Um,
that much about information as much as it's a better play into the Sword Eater, because I
yeah,
don't see
agreed.
much that you can do.
Yeah.
The Owl is great here, because it's your best way to beat Rattlegore, and once you beat
Mhm.
Rattlegore, you can actually win in Fatigue.
Yes. So that owl is just going to be kept in hand, and used specifically for the rattle gore,
Yeah.
just to silence it. Um, I mean, I guess at that point there's a chance that the rattle gore can be removed, but the bomb warrior typically doesn't get 9 armor to use a shield slam, so you'll have to maybe pair that with a Barov or something like that. Let's see what Robobson opts for here. Perhaps just the second. Yep, second Sword Eater.
Yeah.
Nothing else. So just gonna keep putting the pressure down on this bomb warrior.
Well, but Horde Pillager into cutting class is really good here. It's
Oh, it
a
is. Yeah,
fast start.
agreed. But he's still taking, like, for putting one bomb in deck, he's still taking damage.
Yeah, but the warrior doesn't have that much burst.
Hmm.
Silas is interesting, but given the owl, we know it's not actually going to be that important this matchup.
Hmm. Yeah, my guess is that Robobson will be very aware of that in the
Yeah.
matchup. It does have a Witchy Lackey. Could opt to Witchy Lackey the one of the two minions. Probably not the taunt though. You don't want to allow the bombs to go. You don't want to allow the wrench caliber to go face. Wow, gets a confused mirage, which a bit unfortunate. That's gonna get returned into the deck of Robobson, so he'll lose a minion.
Yeah, I kind of like just hitting the 2-2 and then playing Boom here.
Yes, I like that as well.
Just get
Boom is
your
gonna give a
huge
Boom is a
damage.
full board.
Yeah.
Boom is a full board. The 310 goes back into the deck of Robobson.
Yeah.
He does have a brawl, but do you really want to take that much damage?
It's a lot of damage. There are so many bombs that are going to explode in your face.
Yeah, he might still have to go. He's gonna go for risky skipper with the armor smith. He's gonna try and counteract his bomb damage with armor.
That's a way you can try. I mean, mm,
Uh, armor smith just dies right away to the bomb, and then the risky skipper dies as well. But it is chunking. It did eat a lot of the damage, which now the only thing left up is the 7/6
yeah, but
um
how do you kill
seven
it?
six. Oh, it's not removable this turn, but
No.
um it's but at least you didn't eat too much damage
Right.
out of the bombs. A lot of the damage got soaked in by the minions. It's unfortunate at the same time, but putting Darter Binks down to 12, we obviously like as casters we can see that there's Horde Pillager, there's Krasinov, there's second Wrench Caliber,
Right.
there's a lot of sources of damage here.
Yeah, we also know that what could be coming in soon is just a combo. An ETC would make the combo viable at any moment. And
Yeah,
right now
and
at 12 health,
it would probably actually end the game.
yeah, it would end the game for sure.
Um,
You have the Flinger already.
yeah, but the only thing missing is probably the only thing missing is a mercenary.
Yeah, you don't have enough to just win.
Yeah, so if it's drawn here, I wouldn't win the game.
Yeah, if
But
you
yeah,
have
I know what you're
ETC
saying.
and Mercenary, it would be over.
Yeah.
But I'm sure
Mhm.
Dardar is considering it.
Yeah, Shadow Hunter Vol'jin, a very interesting tech choice
Yeah.
by Robobson in this deck. I like the Vol'jin edition. 10 damage
Um.
is gonna go into the face of Robobson, and he's gonna go down to 12. We
Yeah.
might want to see that. We might want to see that the bulwark of Azonoth soon, just to eat damage for now.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a small chance that Silas comes in here as well. I don't think it
Sure.
will. It is a way to steal that. Well, you don't have a great target to give. You could give a broom.
Yeah, you don't wanna give them much of anything right now because all your lower cost cards, your brooms and stuff. I guess you can, like you said, you can give a broom. We're gonna see a battle rage off the start. It looks like just to draw and see if
Yeah.
there's anything that comes into hand that is going to be good to use. And instead, we get a bomb.
Well, there is ETC,
There is
so
there is ETC. He's gonna play the bulwark to just survive the damage. Gotta hope for that draw to be good. Gonna get not get the because this deck um doesn't run Penflinger. Obviously, Bomb Warrior has never run Penflinger. Can't just poke it out with a Penflinger.
yeah.
Has to put minions and stuff into the deck. I would if I'm Dardar, I think I still go and take the 3 charges off and just put that extra bomb in deck because there is a decent chance with 14 cards that you could potentially just end the game. And yeah, gonna try and put
Yeah.
this down to the point where multiple bomb draws can just end the game.
Yeah. Um this at the same time, this is not looking great for Rebob. He might have to brawl unless he gets a mercenary, which
If
would
he
be a
gets the
win.
mercenary, it's if he gets
It's
the
over.
mercenary, it's game. Ooh, Dardar I
That's
think
an
Dardar's making a
really
read of what
interesting
the
one.
deck is. He might be making a read and just gonna play the Deathwing.
That would be correct here, because in that way the combo doesn't work anymore.
Yeah,
Um, the read is not that
yeah,
hard
he
right
may.
now.
No, it isn't. Especially with the Bulwark coming down, you guess it's ETC at this point. So you just set it to a 12-1 minion.
Yeah,
Board Barov coming in. I mean, that just um I mean, you could make like you could potentially you don't I mean, of all the minions you don't want to send back to hand, or you don't want to send that Deathwing back to hand, but it would be
um,
like I
I'm
mean,
kind.
what's the play here? But like, okay, what do you think? I'm not too
So
sure.
either use Slam Rattlegore here, which is a
Hmm.
possibility, and
Hmm.
hit your weapon into the 12-1, which is a very weird choice, but it could work. That would be the first thing that comes to my mind. The second thing is I don't even know what the second thing could be. Don't have a combo ready right now. You could use just broom it in and pass. Yeah,
Uh,
this is
yeah.
fine.
Hmm. I mean,
Um,
second. I mean, this is just that top deck is just
yeah,
so
you
good.
would equip the weapon anyways. So you
Yeah.
can just armor up and go face. I kind of want to see throwing away this Corsair cache because it's not doing anything. It's never going to do anything.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the end. It's not the end all be all if he doesn't play that.
Oh
Obviously,
no, not at all.
that is Armor Smith to the hand. There is no risky skipper in hand though to do any Armor Smith shenanigans. Um,
Yeah, I think this is a Rattlegore turn. You just have to
you
slam it and
have to
hope
rattle.
it
You
does
have to rattle
something.
gore and just hope you don't die.
Yeah, but the Rattlegore is going to be met by the Owl,
Oh, of
probably
course.
Owl Barov Shield Slam, just right
Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah, definitely. Could even yeah, you can't kill it with Krasnov.
Or
he's
you
not
can
even
do
gonna
that.
bear off. He just got a shield block and was able to generate enough armor.
Yeah,
This is very much um looking like the bomb warrior is gonna take it here.
yeah, this is not looking
One
great.
bomb drawn. That's a second bomb drawn. And that goes up 2-0
Yeah, that is
for
game.
Dardar. So
Dardar gets the
one game
warrior.
away. One game away from taking the title for Foolish Madmen. Now
Wow,
Robobson has to take 3 games off of
a paladin.
um off of a paladin.
And if every class to try to take 3 games out of, I don't know. Paladin is a great one right now. Paladin, yeah, they're
We're likely to see the mage or the priest here.
um Well, we
into
don't know
Paladin?
what is the paladin. I'm assuming just it's most likely
I'm
to be
assuming ramp.
Libram.
A lot of the people in this series have brought ramp still,
Interesting.
so I've seen it from a bunch of players. I mean it's a 50-50 really, I think. I mean, like Broom Paladin is very popular. So
Right.
this is, I guess, what we're just waiting on is um because there was a disconnect,
Yeah.
but I guess whatever happened, they were able to well, it says they're doing battle with a friend, so maybe we got bugged.
Oh, that could happen. Blizzard's service is not amazing.
So I'm gonna reload
Yep.
because I don't think because it didn't load us. It didn't load me into the game, and it said they're doing battle, which should have just put us right back into their game.
Yeah. And they are back. We get to see the mage versus the paladin. This seems to be Mozaki.
Oh, that's a risky bring.
I think actually it's an interesting choice. It has really good paladin matchups.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Um, yeah, it's Mozaki versus Libram.
Okay.
Mozaki doesn't get the 2 mana discount to your whole deck, which is usually what they're looking for.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, Mozaki is kind of risky because if you don't get your Enchanter's flows, you might not be able. It might delay things a little bit, and by that point, the Paladin, um, so if this Paladin gets off to any good type of start, it'll be tough. But they
right.
don't seem to have that Crab Rider start. They have Loot Hoarder.
Yeah,
Um, Meanwhile, there's a 0 mana Lab Partner in hand, and Conjure Mana Biscuit played by Robobson. So
yeah,
the make so not a terrible hand start, honestly. Looking at this, there's plenty of ways. There's some generation stuff. Both of the Sorcerer's Apprentice being in there is good. You're gonna remove these minions, gets a Sungill Warrior, and gets a Timberwolf.
yeah.
Ping down the wolf. All right. So in in this and this mage is not that worried about the Sungill Warrior popping. Just gonna see Penflinger first day of school to see what we get. Hungry Crab to eat Murlocs potentially. And, could even opt to remove one of his own 1/1s to make it a 3/4.
Right.
We're gonna see the first Libram of Wisdom come down. After seeing one devolving missiles, you have to decide if there's a second one, and it doesn't look. And obviously, we know there isn't. And I think
Yeah,
that Dardar could safely think the same after
it's a
the
good
way
guess.
that the turn was played out.
Um, Ray of
Yep.
Frost here makes a lot of sense as well. Just a good
Yeah.
way to stop the paladin on its tracks.
Hmm. Gonna play the Ray of Frost that is in the deck.
Yeah.
Don't want to give away what you picked at this point.
No, but you can just slam here the 5 mana 4/6.
Hmm.
I
Yep, 5 mana
wonder.
4/6 is good.
Yeah, I wonder if Dardar has Vol'jin because it is one of the ways to win.
Yeah, if you play Vol'jin in the deck, you can put there's Mozaki, but there's just not enough.
Not.
There's no. Oh wow. Okay, I was gonna say there's no auctioneer, but hello.
You might not
And
even
there's
need that. I don't think you need it. I think next turn you can just combo them and win. But you need something that can go face, which you don't have yet. So you might need to go auctioneer just to make sure you can go face.
Mhm. Oh yeah, I mean there's a chance. You're gonna see a brain freeze on this minion, and we're gonna see brain freeze Ray of Frost to remove.
Yeah. Um,
Okay.
Interesting choice to use one of each Frost. Ray of Frost. I don't personally love it.
I don't know if it mattered all that much either way. There's Silas.
Yeah.
So if Robobson goes through this and it doesn't kill, um then then it's gonna be tough because that Mozaki is gonna get taken. All right. Hero Power Broom. Gonna go face with all those. Probably gonna trades off the 3/3 or the 3/4, keeping all the minions alive. And now we're gonna see now we see the auctioneer, we see the Conjure Mana Biscuit, and we're gonna go looking for we're gonna be looking for some cards. Gonna
Yeah.
remove as much of the board as possible.
Yeah, just really empty your deck.
Drew the important card, which is Mirror Image, something that's hard to get through. Gotta make sure this auctioneer can't get stolen either.
I don't think you even care. Um,
Well, you don't
honestly,
care. You don't, but I mean, it's just if you put more stuff on the board for that has to get removed. Yeah,
I don't see Rebob losing at this.
I
This
don't
is
either. I don't see Robobson losing this one after this type of start.
no. This is going to be a
Gonna play
turn
the second
seven combo.
conjure.
Part of the
Yeah,
reason why I really dislike this matchup is just, or any matchup with Mozaki Mage, that every once in a while you pull the combo early and there's nothing your opponent can do. Just game
yeah.
there.
hmm
It feels really bad to face.
Oh, 100%. Like I've faced this, and every time it's just like, oh well, I couldn't have done anything. Like I have
No.
to I have to kill my opponent by turn 5 or I lose. So
Yeah.
that's not happening. Just
Yeah.
concede. Like if it's on ladder, I'm conceding. In this situation, I'm not conceding ever. But
No. But this doesn't look great. You could have
no, it
teched
doesn't.
into it, but if you didn't tech,
Yeah,
this is looking really good for Rebob.
it is. Yeah, so he'll get one here. Gonna go for the penflinger to grab loot hoarder and animated broomstick.
Sure.
Yep.
Going for another boom just to start getting stuff off the board,
hmm
and then killing that
Gonna remove the
apprentice.
sorcerer's apprentice. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good because there's only gonna be one apprentice for next turn.
Another thing is the gadgets then can be quite dangerous if you don't have a way to kill your own gadget. I don't think this is going to be a problem this game, but it can become a problem
Oh,
quite easily.
the encanter's mill. I
At
don't
this point, it's
know.
too late.
I guess I'm gonna start with an arcane.
You don't need to rush. You can just say, I'm not going to do my combo this turn. You can't kill my 4/4. I'm just going to
hmm
hit you face for 4, or for 2, and then have a damage for 2, and hope I can draw something that can kill my own auctioneer, like a brain freeze or a ping.
hmm So smart by Robobson. He's on 10 cards though. He will mill again, but I don't think it matters. There's the frostbolt pickup in hand. There's
No.
two frostbolts, and so that should mean the end of the game.
Yeah, I think this is over. Um,
Yeah,
that's just how Mozaki Mage rolls. Every once in a while, you win, and
yeah.
well, a lot of games you win on turn 8 or turn 7 because your deck
You,
has a crazy OTK that can be pulled really early if you get lucky,
yeah.
or if you draw Conjure Mana Biscuit, or a lot of the
hmm
cards that can just do that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of the reason why you. That's a lot of the reason why Rogue can get brought is because of how fast, especially like if you can make a read that it could be like a Mozaki, just bringing out like a fast Rogue deck, um, which is
Yeah.
why Robobson went for the Rogue ban. It had good matchups into pretty much every single class that he
Well,
played.
Zoo's also really good into Mozaki
Oh, of
Mage.
course. He's actually in Darter is actually going to remove it himself. He's going to remove the gadgets in Auctioneer, which actually helps for Bobson.
Yeah, not like it mattered. There was no way he
Yeah.
wasn't doing this next turn.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Cisco Mozaki, Girl, Mana Biscuit.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
just pulling the OTK.
Yeah, it's Frostbolt. Oh, can't conjure yet. You want more conjures.
Yeah. Take whatever's left in your deck. Just play stuff, play stuff,
Mm-hmm.
play
Mm-hmm.
stuff, win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just need the frostbolts to cost enough to kill.
Yeah. Oh, you're fine.
Yeah, now they do.
Yeah.
It's
Um,
over.
there's just so many missiles as well. It's a disgusting combo. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I'm glad that I actually don't know if frostbolt is staying in the
Frostbolt,
ro-
missiles, and apprentice are gone. This deck is gone.
yeah. Oh, Apprentice is gone too. Okay, that's good. I thought they were keeping Apprentice for some reason.
No, no, that would be a very bad choice, I think. And with that, the Mozaki
Yeah.
mage wins a game, and
Mhm.
Rabobson is well, 1 against 2. You still
Yes.
need 2 wins into the pally.
Yeah. And I think you go with the priest next because you kind of want to hide that ETC warrior
Yeah.
against the Broom Pally. The matchup, um, not so great. And not it's just
It's
one of those matchups that can be okay, but like
honestly, it's warrior favored, and most of the time warrior
I
is
don't
going to
know.
win. Bulwark really helps, and also
I thought it was more leaning paladin.
no, I'm pretty sure it's leaning warrior, just because of EDC. If you don't have the combo, it's super paladin favored, but otherwise it is warrior favored.
Okay.
This
I don't.
is a slower list with 2 Librams of Wisdom, or 2 Librams of what's the name? Libram of Judgment. So that should be helpful.
Oh, yeah. Libram of Judgment's a good card.
Yeah, into slow matchups like Priest, it can be really good.
Hmm.
Ribob doesn't have a bad start for a Priest. Res Priest does like this kind of hand.
Yeah.
You would like to have some early stuff, but you can just drop Vargoth on 4 into Infiltrator Psychobomb. That would be the old
Yeah.
school Hearthstone list.
Hmm. Well, this is good. It's good to have those minions in hand for Rabobson, and he has now a generation card in palm reading. Um,
Yeah, not
so it's but this is just not the ideal start. But honestly, honestly, Dardar doesn't have a great start either.
no,
So this helps the res priest more than it this helps the res priest to have this
eh,
type of start because it allows them to get closer to their minions
sure,
before. Yep. Nice
yeah,
little greeting, nice little blessings to Dardar and a heal to the paladin's face. Um, very
yeah.
likely just to see a coin, either going to see coin selects or just a hero power as we did.
I think a hero power here is fine.
Yes.
You could just go palm reading now because you have the mana,
Yeah.
or you could save it to try to reduce some good stuff. Because reducing Breath of
Mhm.
the Infinite and Hysteria is mediocre at best.
Yeah. Like your hope from palm reading would be to grab something that's very useful
Yes.
off the discover.
Yeah,
I like holding it. I honestly like holding that a lot.
I do
Um,
too.
especially if the Let's Pride comes out here, you can even just say, all right, well, Hysteria is mana efficient. I can remove the minions on board. The other
Yeah.
option would have been to play Hand of a Doll for a draw and make a 3/3. We've got second palm reading in the hand now.
So you could go palm reading into Breath or Hysteria, whichever one you prefer.
Mm-hmm. Uh
I would go Breath because I think it has fewer targets.
oh, for removal.
Yeah,
I was so looking at these picks, penance, auspicious, and wave. It's wave or penance.
it's Wave.
As much as I like auspicious spirits, zero mana wave of apathy is just so strong.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize that that was a kind of palm reading. Never mind.
Yes, yes. There was nothing else to be played this turn.
Yeah.
Uh, but there really isn't much for Dardar to play this turn.
Well, he can go Hand of a Doll into another buff, to
Sure.
make it resistance against Hysteria.
Yeah. Actually, regardless, Hysteria would. Um, this area would remove the minions regardless.
Well, not if you have a 4/4.
Oh, 4/4, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Because the 4/1 doesn't live through it.
No. Could see Eye of Cthulhu here, or just throwing down the convincing.
Yep, convincing infiltrator is a pretty good. There's no if Vol'jin gets used here, it just brings out Kartut or another infiltrator, and that is fine.
Yeah. I don't think it will be used here. There's
No, it won't.
no great reason to do it.
Yep.
You haven't found any of your discount cards, which are really important in
Yeah.
basically every matchup.
hmm Yeah, that's something that it can that um gives the Res Priest a better chance.
Yeah.
Um, Hovered over the Librum of Justice there for a second. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad play. You go, you it might it's the most mana efficient play as well.
Right.
You just use your 5 mana. You do that. You hit with your face, and whatever dies, you get to attack face with the other one. And we see
Yeah.
the Selet's in so the Selet's Pride gets removed, draws Penflinger, draws Broomstick.
Yeah.
Animated Broomstick is such a powerful card. Oh my gosh.
I mean, having as well the second flinger is really important here because this matchup a lot of times is going to come down to flinging your opponent's face 35 times
Yeah.
or 30 times. So if you
Mhm.
can do that, that is a way you're going to win.
Agreed. Yeah. So.
Um, I wonder if Vol'jin might be used as a tech against Cthulhu in the end of the day.
Oh, it
Um,
could be.
could be. It sounds like a very slow tech, but
Yeah. It wasn't. This card was kind of put in for even like getting rid of like a Kartut, but more or less, I don't think it was
no.
particularly tactic for all. It feels like a weird card and against all the classes.
Well,
I
except
guess
for
I guess if it's
Mage.
Highlander priest, there's a chance you might want to play it.
In the mirror is also pretty good.
Yeah, but the Paladin was banned, so now we just see a convincing infiltrator come out instead of a Kartut defender.
Yeah, I also like that tech just as a way to deal with what's the name? With Grave Rune, because you know your opponent is
Yeah,
playing that in the deck, so you
that's
can
right. You deal with
easily
Grave
remove it.
Rune by putting it back in hand. Yeah. Well, we're gonna see it remove. We're gonna see the minion removed. We're gonna see the Vol'jin get killed to the not the highest attack target, but definitely the highest health target, which makes breath so much better here.
Yeah, you can just go Palm Reading Breath, Psychopomp,
Wow,
and
mass res.
yes, really strong play by Rebob here.
Psychopomp here to get a reborn.
Um,
Greetings.
there's one of the best
Oh, oh,
minions you could
oh.
get.
Yeah, this is gonna get pretty bad here for the this could get pretty bad here for the paladin. It's not I mean the penflingers are so good though. Like that's like you said, having the penflingers is crucial because they'll be able to go over the minions of Rabobson.
Well,
Um,
I also think at this point you might just equip the big weapon
mhm.
and just say, I have a big weapon. I'm going to keep
I wonder if
removing
he wants to
stuff.
wait though.
You could go for a loot hoarder play. You haven't gotten your
Yeah.
discount cards.
Yeah, it's rough, but I think this might be the better play.
Sure.
Because I think Dardar wants that corrupted. So you gotta wait and you gotta hope to draw something
Uh,
that can make stuff lower cost next turn. Otherwise, you're gonna play a 9 mana Libram of Hope and corrupt because he needs to heal in this matchup. I'm gonna think that's gonna be necessary eventually.
I don't know that the weapon healing is that important because you also have the Librams.
Mhm.
So I'm not super convinced that
Yeah. Okay.
the
I can
heals
see it.
matter that much here. At least not in
Yeah.
the early game.
So I think I would. We got 8 mana. You don't really need to mass res. Mass res is kind of meh now that Psychopomp has
Yeah.
died.
Yeah.
So
I think you can just
I
Kartut.
yeah, you can Kartut and heal.
Or
Gonna go
even
for
I.
Icotune. Gonna go for Icotune. Okay, Icotune
That's fine.
Cart Psychopomp.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's an Argent Braggart in Dardar's deck, and
And
he's that
that's
that
as
Braggart would
bad
be a
as
3/5. Oh, the Psychopomp, just pulling a Psychopomp.
yeah, that's as bad as it gets cuz
Yeah, that's yeah. Once
that
a
is pretty
Psychopomp
bad.
dies, the res pool is pretty much destroyed, unfortunately.
Yeah, if you get that Psychopomp into Psychopomp, that means it's going to be just a lot of work with clearing, or just a lot of
Mhm.
Psychopomps, which are pretty bad res targets.
They are, but
And
they're a card that's so good in like the standard version of the deck
oh yeah,
because it just allows you to keep doing going. And not many decks once you if you can get them down with taunts, like not a lot of there's not a lot of decks other than outside of like penflingers that can remove that card without removing the taunt minion that it's hiding behind essentially.
right.
Yeah.
Renew
We're gonna
looking
get a
for something,
okay. Forbidden words.
I guess.
So we're gonna see the Argent Braggart removed off the board.
Mhm.
I think we just
Okay.
see hope. I think we see hope here.
You think we just or you think Dardar's just going to play an 8/8? I think
Potential,
you do want to
potentially.
kill that convincing. Um,
Okay.
I'm wondering if you want to do it once or twice, but I think
Well, yeah, you remove the convincing, and you can still make the. Well,
yeah,
then if you make the 8/8, it just gets removed from the board.
that's the issue. It's so
That's kind
easy.
of the issue. You got to get rid of that infiltrator. You're right. And I believe there has not been an owl picked up in this game so far.
No.
Um,
Um,
so
no owl for the paladin yet, and if the priest
no,
is bringing an owl, it would be very confusing.
yes, not this priest deck would not bring. Most priest decks do not bring that card. Um,
No, you could play silence if you really want silence, and
yes.
I still think it's one of the most underrated Hearthstone cards
All
ever to
right,
me.
gonna corrupt the Librum of Judgment. Um,
Yeah,
oh, I see. He's gonna. Well, this Holy Nova just takes care of it.
yes.
Uh,
You could also just
oh,
Forbidden Words, but the Nova's really good
yeah.
here.
Nova's nice because you can Nova's just nice, and now you can also because it allows you to heal your face
Yeah,
or your minion. So you're gonna go for the minion heal. Now I think Libram of Judgment can come down.
sure. You could just play the Libram of Judgment here, go for first day of school after you kill the 2/3, and then just
Yeah.
play a bunch of stuff.
Oh, we're gonna go for some flings.
That's also fair.
Yeah, this is fair.
Um, Preserves your weapon charges if you care about weapon charges.
Yeah, it does. First day of school, gonna try and gotta get another couple minions out there for removing the infiltrator because I guess you don't want to necessarily remove the tutu.
I think it's fine if it does, because
But
then you can just fling it.
I think you would just putting another Libram in the hand would be fine.
Yeah, I think another Libram in the hand just meant he can go flinger later, so I think this
Yeah,
is fine.
mass res, double
We
infiltrator and a psychopomp. That's pretty good considering that there was two or three psychopomps that also died.
well, you could just see a bear of here. It's not great, but it is a way to deal with it.
Yeah,
Um,
we're
or
gonna
you
see
could
a
Libram.
second justice here, I guess instead.
This is fair.
Yeah, this is fine. The Res Priestess doesn't really. The Res Priest is kind of starting to hit some lack of juice here, because
Right.
especially if both minions get removed, especially with both minions probably just getting removed completely here.
Yeah. You don't
Um,
have anything in
they
hand. You can draw, but
so also I think that I think that Dardar is okay. Well, he's just putting it in the situation for the Kartut to actually get removed to actually be able to get
yeah.
put in the rest pool now.
Yeah. I think he's fine with that though. Just playing
Mhm.
Karta down.
That's that was like the only reason I saw that he didn't try to remove the Kartut was he wanted to keep it out of the res pool and just have it be infiltrators. But I guess that's not the case, and instantly slams down that
Yeah.
he instantly slams the Aldor.
Oh yeah, that card has been
Has been much
eagerly
wanted for the
waited.
entire game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um
now the Librams cost 0. The Liadrin, when it comes down, is going to be very helpful this game.
exactly. This I don't know if it's enough for the Paladin to win cuz this is pretty late game.
Yes.
A lot of stuff has not happened that should have happened for the Paladin, and Priest has so much removal.
Yeah. Like, could just opt to slam it. Could opt to slam down a plague. I don't know if that would be the correct game plan, but
You would
I
like to
think
plague the
maybe
Liadrin.
more we see of maybe more we see like something with a forbidden words this turn.
Yeah, Forbidden Words would be fair. Um,
Hmm.
this is a way you can deal with it.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
because the I'm pretty sure I'm guessing that this
this is
Plague of
probably a
Death
Libram.
is gonna get saved for Plague of Death is gonna get saved for something else here.
Yeah, well,
It's gonna get
there's
saved for the
no great
Liadrin
answer
play.
though. How do you kill this 8/8?
I don't know. I think I mean you're really looking for he's really looking for another Mass Resurrection to try and hopefully grab an infiltrator. We see Heart of Cthulhu drawn, so gonna probably play the Heart of Cthulhu, which will corrupt the insight.
Yeah, so you can pull a minion. What minion are you looking for here? Elucia?
Cart You're looking for Kartut or Lucia, but I don't well the Wave of Apathy is a good play here for sure.
Elucia would be
No.
a strong play really soon.
Hmm. Yeah. Now it just actually comes down to can this paladin punch through enough damage?
Well, I think a lot of it is going to come down to Lucia, actually.
Yes.
Can she steal enough resources? You're probably going to need to Plague of Death or something because you don't want this 210 to exist.
Yeah. The judgment getting played here is pretty nice because
Yeah.
otherwise Lucia could take it.
Elucia would cost 7. So Elucia is probably just looking
So
to
yeah,
slam the small stuff. It's looking to take the flingers
yeah,
out.
yeah. So we're gonna see the Libram of we're gonna see Plague of Death slammed here,
Yeah.
and we'll just see the insight played.
Yeah.
So that gets Archivist Elysiana.
So someone was worried about fatigue.
Yeah. As when you're playing Res Priest, it's definitely not a bad idea to be
No.
thinking about potential fatigue matchups.
No. And playing a lot of the small stuff, which is pretty good. The issue is the flingers can kill the Barov. That is what I would be worried if
Hmm.
I was, well, if I knew
Yeah,
what was incoming.
yeah. I mean, this deck runs Barov, so it's got to be expected at some point.
Yeah, I just mean that this becomes an issue for if he steals the hand.
Yeah, agreed. Oh, you're saying that Alucia can take flinger, double flinger, can play Barov, double flinger, clear, and
Yeah,
put him in a bad spot. Yeah. All right, we're gonna see double Holy Nova with a heal, free of that blasted tower.
yeah. Well, you can now get discounts on your Librams, which you've been waiting to do for a very long time.
Yeah, now these Librams are gonna cost so much less.
Yeah,
And Dardar is just gonna ignore the Vargoth. I mean, what?
yeah.
I mean, you're gonna play the Liadrin here, and that's really good.
Right.
Gonna
He
get, but
gets
did not get did but but notably did not get a single Libram of Hope back. Only
No,
Libram of Wisdoms.
that's true.
So there's no more just um there's no Hand of the Dolls, there's no anything else. There's just these Librams
Yeah.
of Wisdom. And so now if I'm Rabobson, I take this hand.
Well,
I
they
get rid
will
I get
cost two.
huh?
They will cost two, so there's not. It's going to be hard to get rid of everything here.
No, no. I mean, but you can take the hand and get rid of the flingers and stuff now.
Yes.
Yeah, but actually, if he does that, he'll be putting the Librams in his own hand.
He would be putting the Librans back. Yes, he would.
In
Um,
his hand, yeah.
Also, your
In that
opponent
case,
could just slam the Elysiana and choose the worst cards for you, which would be
true.
a really interesting thing. Um,
Yeah, agreed. So maybe you don't. Maybe having a Lucia and Elysiana in your hand at the same time is very very weird.
yeah, that's giving your opponent a way to
Because then
replace your deck with trash is pretty bad.
because the main issue is that there's no Cthulhu. Oh, he's gonna say I forget it. I just want to take your board
Yeah.
or your deck out, but now there's gonna be no Cthulhu left in this game. There's gonna be
Um.
no flingers left either, but
Well, either no
um,
flingers or you play Aldor and um. Okay, no more flingers.
gonna take the Selet's Pride as well.
The Paladin will get those back probably in his own Elysiana now.
Hmm.
Could just go for the 9 mana Mass Res, but I don't think that's good enough.
No,
It can bring 8/8 Taunt Divine Shields, but I think the Elysiana is just better. I'm not sure. Not convinced here. You actually, no, I kind of like the res more the more I think about it. You can throw away the 1 mana Hysteria just to say give
a
it
lot of the
something.
minions that dies from Paladin are pretty big,
Yeah,
pretty like big minions. However, there have been like a lot of 1/1s and a lot of stuff. So like, yeah, we see it brings back Broom, that and that. Like it takes away the mass res, but you're taking away a massive amount of play from the
yeah,
priest.
that is the issue. You're taking away so much that they were hoping to do. Um,
And he draws his own owl for himself
yeah,
that way. That way, removing the Selet's Pride, and he's just gonna take the Librams back because they cause
I
0
kind of
in the
wanted to
Paladin's hand.
Hysteria that. I would have Hysteria to remove the 1 mana Hysteria from my opponent's hand. Just make sure he doesn't have that resource.
Yeah.
I think that was better than just trading the minion in, even if it accomplishes the
Hmm.
same.
Yeah.
There's a Hysteria here, which doesn't look great.
This is just such an awkward hand.
Yeah,
Luckily, because he's gonna save the Maw of Cthulhu for the Aldor, I think at this point. Um,
this is really
it,
awkward.
I mean, going towards fatigue, this seems even though the priest has less health, the priest has more resources
But the Paladin
and will have.
has a 5/3 weapon in his deck.
Yeah, you're right. So that might make it a little
That
more
actually
difficult.
might be enough.
So we're gonna go for the Maw of Cthulhu play. Yeah, I mean this 4/6 just gonna stick. Elysiana helps out the priest, but Rabobson has to get as many heals out as he can.
Right.
No, I don't think there's another way for the to resurrect. There might be one more mass resin deck.
Yeah.
We're just gonna
Um.
see everything get put in on that minion.
Yeah, just going to
And
distribute the
Silas as
Librams.
well. So like Silas can, with the 1/1 on board, Silas can just be put on one side of remove and just take whatever the priest puts down. I believe second Kartut Defender is still in deck.
Well, we know Kartuk.
And I believe there's still at least one Grave Ruin.
Yeah, but there's an owl, and what can you even do if you draw Grave Room right now? You're dead. Like you're just going to hero power and maybe play Elysiana, but
No,
that
yeah,
sounds
yeah. I'm
useless.
just saying like I'm just looking at what's in the deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not saying that that this is a winnable match at this point. I don't know if it is or not. The Elysiana is going to do a lot. Is going to do a lot, and there is some opportunity to just to say I don't like what's in the rest of my deck. I think making it more unpredictable is better.
The Elysiana would just mean a instantaneous loss to what's the name, to the weapon. Well, this is also an instantaneous loss to the weapon, but that's the last card in the deck. You could give them the 1/1. Silas here
Yeah,
might be
I mean,
fine.
you just Silas this. Like you have to Silas this.
Yeah, take the
Otherwise, Silas. Otherwise, there's no. Otherwise, you're not going to play Silas this
yeah,
game.
take the Bone Wraith. Good enough.
And it doesn't matter which way you rotate it. They get a 1/1.
Well, you want your 1/1 to have charge or an attack.
Yeah.
This way we
Well, he
can
could have
get it
attacked.
in.
He could have. Oh no, he couldn't have attacked first. But yeah, now he can just trade if he wants. But I think this is just going face.
Yes. Um.
But this Hysteria is pretty valuable now. It can remove pretty much the entire board.
Well, not the entire board. I don't think you can get everything out. 9
Well,
for.
almost everything, unless if you play Elysiana first, it can well, if it hits Elysiana first, then that's bad. But all right, we see a renew.
Yeah.
I mean, this just looks so bleak. The Res Priest just doesn't look like it's gonna get there. You're gonna have
So
you're gonna have to generate more heal off of this.
the
It does
Power Word
it
Feast or the Inner Fire are all really
the
good.
mind. I think you take the mind visions.
Inner Fire means you would actually be able to clear with Hysteria.
Gonna go for the owl off of it, but doesn't get it. Now he has to play Archivist Elysiana. Oh, it's not. That's not very good.
No, you probably just take the Chimera. Ooze is
These
actually a
are
good choice. Envoy of Lazul, you know your opponent's hand pretty much. Armor Vendor can get you to the end of the game. And Pit Croc is Pit Croc.
Psyche split. Yeah, Psych split.
Hoping not to be dead here.
He's not dead.
I think he is. If there's a weapon, which I think there
Oh
is.
no, yeah, the weapon. Yeah, well, no, we've seen double weapon. It's over.
Also, even without the weapon, this is enough.
Foolish madmen win.
Foolish
The
Madmen win
take the
Legacy.
series. Yep,
Wow. This was a match.
sure. We're gonna play everything out, and then we're gonna weapon.
Yeah.
Sure.
This is
Not even gonna use the weapon. No, he'll play it out though, I guess.
I assume he will just to show
Eh,
this is how late it got.
yeah.
It gets to the end with a super tight squeeze in this match.
Mhm.
Wow, what a match. And with this, Foolish Madman win the match with Dardar Binks winning here. I'm going to call to see if he's open for an interview.
I would hope he is. He just won Legacy. He just clinched
Yes,
the championship for his team. I would
pretty
hope so.
much. Okay, I'm adding him to our call right now.
Okay.
Okay. Wow, what a match.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, congratulations, Dardar, on winning Legacy.
Thank you so much. Honestly, I feel and have felt incredibly sick basically all day. So to be honest,
Oh
this kind of
no.
feels like a Jordan, whatever, game 5, game 6, like the flu
The
game.
flu game. The
That's
flu
kind of
game.
what that feels like right now.
Sure.
Yeah, I
But
can't
yeah,
imagine the pressure that you and Robobson must have been going through with knowing that whoever wins this is, it's the clincher for the Legacy Championship for this season.
yeah, this was intense. This was really
Yeah.
intense.
Yeah.
I think it was a like a really well fought series, but
Hmm.
I don't know. I obviously watched and saw how Justin's games went, so I think I was able to pull from that. and kind of
Sure.
adjust the game to
Yeah,
give us
I
some
like
sort of,
that.
if not a line, if not an advantage, at least like something a little bit different that we can kind of hit him with a change up and kind of play a different angle there.
Right.
Agreed. Yeah, I like that you took the fact that you guys both of your matches were the same classes and you were able to make adjustments.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
was
we prayed the same, and then we learned from our mistakes basically. And I honestly like I think I played like not perfectly, but like superbly. Honestly, like just
yeah.
good enough for.
Yeah,
I think you played quite well.
you did.
Especially
Yeah.
the Broom Paladin is a very easy deck to just miss pings and things like that, and I didn't see any time where I was like, well, you could have done a ping here differently or something,
Hmm.
especially this last game, because you didn't have an insane Paladin start this last game. You just didn't get any reduction until very
No, yeah,
late.
I waited for 6 turns at 9 cards at the
Hmm.
beginning, or 9 cards at the end of every turn,
Yeah.
including hats and all the draws and everything, just waiting for me to actually play a card that's somewhat
Yeah.
useful. And then I'm roping 65, 75 second turns, and then I see a Truth Seeker slamming the Truth Seeker. Like it took so
Yeah.
long, but finally we got one, and then we could just kind of roll from there.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I want to say, were you expecting the Res Priest and the Mozaki Mage, since those were probably the hottest decks we saw from Rebob here? Tell me a little bit about your deck planning based on that.
Well, I at no point was surprised by any deck because they're I think the same. Yeah, it's like it might be 90 for 90 what mine brought versus Justin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like so it wasn't
I didn't
necessarily
study it too hard.
it wasn't unexpected. I think we were definitely like prepping for Priest and then like or sorry, we were prepping for that Res Priest.
Hmm.
We didn't put as much thought into Mutaki Mage because honestly, the power level is probably somewhat similar enough to if they wanted to try and go like a Highlander Mage, or if they wanted to go like a spell damage and then try and go on the rogue or
Yeah.
something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
we prepped. We were more ready for the Res Priest and same for the ETC Warrior, which I don't know about you guys, but I am excessively happy that I found the Deathwing line into the
I
Yeah,
was too.
that
Yeah.
was really nice. You
As soon as
weren't,
as soon as I saw, I was like, oh my gosh, she's made the read.
because I
you
was
were
Nope.
not dead. He didn't have mercenary.
okay.
He
Because
was
I was
close.
like I know like he's battle raging for one. He's like just trying to like max draw, and I think like turn 8 I was even thinking about then like Barov armor up shield
Yes.
slam.
Hmm.
I stared at that for a long time, and I was like, wait, I think I have to let this turn go, and then if he has a T8, whatever, so be it, and then we can
Yeah.
kind of work from there. Because I
Right.
know I can just go into the top eventually. So then, yeah,
Hmm.
the Deathwing line with 1 health up is fine, and then I can bear off and owl the. Or I didn't even need to. I just left the owl up, but I could have done
Yeah.
like bear off owl too. It worked really. Yeah,
Yeah.
Hi,
Rebob wanted
Reboxy.
to drop by here.
yeah
Hey
absolutely.
guys.
Hey,
Hello.
Rebob, how did this was such a tense match for everyone involved here.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts. It could have pretty much every game felt like could have gone either way.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to come in and say congratulations to Dorian on that win, and congrats to Foolish Madman. This week was nuts.
Yeah,
I think
just a really
both.
sick one overall. I'm glad I pulled through for the other guys because honestly they deserve this win the win of the entire league so much more than me. Justin, Ben, Jimbo, Diamond, they've been so goddamn clutch and they've been like thrust into new situations and we've kind of had to adapt frequently and they just found a way to make the plays and kind of keep winning matches. So really it's them and I'm just here along for the ride, but yeah, sometimes it is that way and I'm okay with that.
Fair. I feel just exactly the same way about my team. We just couldn't quite get there at the end. I thought it was really cool that we've basically made a completely new meta just for this finals. It got really, really weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
this
I think on Wednesday night, I'm pretty sure all of us thought it was Giga free because they're like, oh, we brought Warlock, we're banning Rogue, and then they didn't, and then they didn't bring Rogue. Okay,
And we got Priest.
and then they went anti-warrior, and then they went anti-warrior, and we kind of had to shuffle it out there and kind of experiment a little bit, I guess. But yeah, it was definitely really warped, and we definitely both sides had to try some new stuff. But I thought that made it really exciting. It was a really good final.
Yeah, absolutely. We were thinking you were gonna go Zoo and Bomb because you tried 2 times on the Gala lock. We
Yeah.
figured you were trying to beat Priest, but then we kind of just made it Giga.
So I just don't own Yasharge, so I didn't play Galalock, honestly.
Oh.
It's a good card.
Yasharaj.
Oh yeah, no, it's just 1600 dust, and I'm a college student, right? So
Oh yeah, agreed. If you don't
it's the same
have it,
reason
like,
why,
if you don't
it's the
have it,
same
you don't
reason
need
why
to
this was
use
Broom
Justice.
Paladin and not like going back to Ramp Paladin was because I don't have Yasharaj. So like I'm lucky.
Right away.
But, yeah.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
it had to be Broom, and then we just threw in like 17 million tech cards, and yeah, I guess we got there. So it will.
Uh-huh.
Same
Yep.
as us.
Yeah.
I,
Go ahead, Rebob.
yeah. I was very happy with my play in that overall. I just the final turn, should I have just Elysiana Hysteria hero powered? I mean, I think I would have been dead to the second bonk.
You were dead anyways. Yeah, because he was top decking the weapon.
Yeah, I didn't know if that second weapon was there or not. I couldn't figure out what the last card was.
I even had a 50-50
Yeah.
into Bone Wraith anyway. That bothered me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh god, it's just they're gonna stress it out, and then it's like renew off the top, and I'm like, oh god, Plague of Death. It was.
Because
Yeah, no, it
I
was,
thought
very
I was
much Plague of
finding
Death.
100% lines, and then it was like, no, and I had to make it 10 to the end. But yeah,
because
it
obviously
was tough either way.
because Robobson went for the 50-50 mind vision, where he was going to get either an owl and be able to maybe stabilize for a little bit.
Does it do enough?
Because you could have because you were gonna.
Isn't 5 over the top the next turn just enough anyways?
Yeah,
It might have been.
I
Yeah,
bas-
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was.
I basically need.
I think I was actively playing around any Hysteria Alex was fine.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, you made
But
Hysteria
yeah,
pretty awkward
I
because
think
you
that's
knew I
very
had
good.
Yeah.
both.
You throw the vision out for sure there, and I'm glad it dodged. Yeah.
Yeah, Plague of Death was just. I was just waiting for that. If I had got Plague of Death into Mass Res, I would have won. It's
Yeah.
just both my Mass Reses and the other Plague of Death were just stuck in there. Which
Yeah.
Wait, you played one somewhat early, and then the second one I played after Lucia, right? That's what happened.
oh yeah, no, but the first one I played was from palm reading.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he picked one from palm reading. Yeah, he still had another one.
Yeah, then you top decked
Gotcha.
one of my actual ones.
Yep.
But yeah, I just wanted to come in and say congrats to you all. It's been a crazy season, and I'm happy
Yeah.
and proud that we managed to bring such a ridiculously strong team all the way to the final couple of games.
Oh,
So,
it, this one was a ridiculous team all around, and I'm bringing here to join this interview the captain of the team, Diamond. Congratulations.
Thank you.
well done, Diamond.
Yeah, finally.
It only took however many seasons to get a captainship. Oh,
I'll be back next season.
what a series too.
That was
Yeah.
a great series, yeah.
Such a great series. The whole, as we were saying, this whole week, F2L versus Foolish Madman was just so insane. I'm so happy to have watched these games.
Yeah, it was nuts. And deserved victors, I think, just about got there. They made it really hard for us with the class selection, and we did all we could to make it as janky as possible for them. But it just didn't quite get there in the end. So I'm going to say congrats once again, and I need to go and make some dinner. So well done, Foolish Madman. It was a great one, and we won't see you again next season because you're like 200 over PR. But
no, they're like 300 over PR.
It might be even more. It doesn't matter. The point is, the situation out there, I
This
guess.
was meant for a one-time buster.
Yeah, this is
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Button,
We did the Tampa
Button
Bay
and
bumps. We
Jimbo
just
have
built up for
gained.
the one season and shipped it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Easy, yeah.
Button and Jimbo have just
Yeah.
gained way too much to
Yeah.
Just
play the
gonna
same team again.
just gonna send Button to another team to smirk on everybody.
Just spy on
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Diamond, I have a question for you as captain. What
Yeah.
were the main lessons that you would say you learned that brought you to this championship? Anything you would tell future captains, maybe captains who are here in this stream casting?
Um, recruit good players. Like I know that sounds weird,
Oof.
but like
This,
recruit
that's
people who
Tempo
like
G. Tempo G. I'm gonna take them.
like I would say with the way our team worked was we had Justin who would always help prep and review with everyone. Ben was always down to scrim. Dardar would always give his insights as well. Same with Jimbo. Just the whole team is always talking and prepping together. And I feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the whole I've always said this that the 1 and 2 seeds should always help out the lower seeds, and that was basically the team the entire season. But even the lower seeds are helping the upper seeds as well. So just a lot of
Mhm.
communication and prep work, I think, as well. But sometimes we just didn't prep. We're like, all right, let's just bring decks we know and win, and it just works. I don't know. I think there's just a lot of chemistry in this team going in, and it's kind of hard as a captain to find people you have chemistry with. So is why it took me a long time, I think, to find a team that works. Because I think
Sure.
my very first team, I did have Robobson on it, but I knew nobody. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna pick people who are good, I think are good, and just pick them. And it didn't go well. It was really
That-
bad.
That team was the worst team I've been on by far. I
Kittens
don't
and
think
bathrobes.
What was even that?
It was
they
like
just
for
didn't
Bob,
talk.
Laxley, Mirak. Yeah, no one talked. Everyone just like, I lost, I won, I lost.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's a complete contrast into now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. It was by far like the least cohesive team I've ever been on. I generally try and have just friends on my teams, so I think where they generally do fairly well.
Mhm.
But that was a failed experiment for everyone involved.
Yeah. That's why like
We learned a lot.
as I went on, then I realized, yeah, like people at least I know of just to play with, and that I think that's the thing with THL where like if you're in the server and just talk a lot, just making friends
Yeah.
actually matters a lot to get people. Because you can
Mhm.
get ringers here and there, but like to make
Yeah.
it all the way consistently, you need people who you know.
Right.
Mhm.
For sure.
Yeah. I'm going to take this moment to ask if the Foolish Madman, Diamond, and Dardar have any final words they would like to say before we take a short break, and we'll come back to you with two hot matches after this. Go ahead, Dardar, and we'll do Diamond second this time.
I don't have much. I'll just shout out my team again because they're goaded. So Justin, Jimbo, Ben, Diamond, thanks for carrying me. I'm glad I could clutch up the first and the last week, and that's about all I did. But it's good enough, I guess. Thank you guys.
Cool.
Yeah. Just shout out to the boys, the whole foolish gang. Uh I don't know. The season in general is just crazy. Like
Mhm.
the undefeated season, most points ever. Just I think everyone as well did well, respectively. Like I think I was surprised myself of how well I did because normally I do really bad on teams I captain. But this season I actually I had to clutch twice. I wasn't expecting, but it is how
Mhm.
it is, I guess. But also,
Yeah.
yeah, thanks to the rest of the team for the carry as well for the other weeks where I lost.
Mhm.
And then GG's again to you, Bobson. I think this is a very. I didn't think I wasn't expecting it to be this stressed myself. Well, I knew it was gonna be close, but I didn't expect it for me to be glued to the screen once I woke up for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
But that's how it goes sometimes with
Yeah,
finals.
that's why I've been up to like a stupid time, two
Yeah,
mornings in a row. I'm just like, oh my god,
the
these matches are
dedication's
Yeah.
just
real. I mean, we can say
Mhm.
one thing, right, Robobson, and agree that gold was free.
True.
Yeah.
True.
gold is free.
That's the lesson. I mean,
That
lesson
was
of
the
the
lesson.
season.
Yeah. Yep.
Fair.
I was happy to dodge gold this season.
Yeah. Same.
Doesn't mean my team did any better, but dodged gold.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think this is it for the first act of Schoolstone for today. I want to thank Diamond, Rebob, Dardar, everyone in Legacy, really, and all our viewers today. I hope you had fun. I had a lot of fun. This match was completely insane. Next, you can watch in literally half an hour, just the time for us to take a very quick break. We're going to come back to you with Nails versus Mech Banterface, and followed by Osmonaut versus Nine Eyebrows, respectively, for Pro Series and Hero Series. So, um, I hope you're excited for that. Other than that, thank you all for joining me, and we hope to see you all next show. Yeah, join me and Fish later. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.